We're out here today, nice rainy day. A lot of snow melted from the last video. Got some rain out here, but we got some tires for this Jeep finally. These are worn out like crazy, so we're gonna go get these mounted on here and eventually swap the new wheels, put them on Josh's Jeep. Got the tires in the back loaded up. We're leaving the house now. Gonna go to the shop. Have these tires that are on my green Jeep right now, which is what we're in. I have these tires thrown away because they're absolutely garbage. They handle so bad in the snow too. I got my money's worth out of these tires, that's for sure. So the plan is to get these new tires on Josh's Jeep, but we're not gonna do that yet. That's why I'm putting them on my green Jeep today. Eventually, next week, Josh is gonna have his XJ brought in to have some body work done on it. If you guys don't know, that Jeep's damn near perfect. Just got some body panels that need some work. A nice little shop.
If you remember, send me a that video you saw.
Made it to the tire shop. This fucking guy, I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing? Definitely smaller though. Some thick treads. What brand are they? Iron All Country. Iron Man All Country. So we got the new tires on. They look good. Yeah, you know, they're good. It's not enough. I like the big ass tires better, but these already drive so much better. First time driving down the highway with the new tires. And yeah, as you can tell, drives great, like it should. See, that's what you want. No shake in the wheel. Drives great. Out here in the 2JZ today. Got it warming up here. Literally just started it. As you can tell, we lost a lot of snow in the past few days. Got up to like 60 degrees yesterday, which was nice, but then got cold again and everything's starting to freeze. We're gonna take advantage of this semi-warm day and warm up the 2JZ, probably take it for a ride or two and put it in the garage, start tinkering on it. I think I'm just gonna rip the flares off. And it'll get me going on a lot of things I need to get done with this. It was like -10 up here a few days ago, and I haven't driven my Jeep. I should have had it in the garage, but for those 2 days it was really cold. Actually, it was like 4 or 5 days. It actually sat outside, which I wasn't too stoked about, but you know, what's the worst that's gonna happen for one day? I was just mainly concerned about all the ice and snow that I had packed up in here when I ripped it through the yard. If you haven't seen that video, go watch the last video. It's pretty badass, but there was a lot of stuff packed up in here, so I figured I'd wait until a warm day like today and everything thawed out. I also learned why my floor was getting soaking wet too. I thought it was a seal. Turns out this seal right here is supposed to sit on the outside of your door, so when you shut it, oh, not like that. It was sitting on the inside and it was causing the door to not seat properly, and water was getting in. So I got a box of seals right here as well, 4 door seals. I'm gonna replace all of them, inner and outside, meaning this side and the door side. Maybe not today, but I'm gonna get around to it at some point. I got all winter. Since it's winter, there's absolutely nothing going on. There's not even any snow we can have fun in. I think in today's video, I'm gonna take these flares off. That'll probably be the last time they'll ever be on the Jeep again. I've taken the fronts off before just to see what was underneath. Fortunately, they're not rotted in the front, but the rears, that's a different story. We're gonna take these off to start and just see what goes from there. Some weather stripping to put in. I also got some rough country seat covers that I wanna put on this too. That'll be some easy stuff, but I wanna keep the videos interesting. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this here, but this is basically just a custom made pipe that goes on the other end of the downpipe on the 2JZ. And it eliminates the muffler, so it's pretty loud. I've actually never even put that on. It's kind of janky looking. I'm just gonna end up getting a new exhaust made anyway, but I thought that was kind of cool, a little OG piece of the Jeep. When I got the Jeep, it had this on the roof rack, and I asked the guy what it means. because he was Spanish. And he said, this is Carol. This means Carol in Spanish. So I guess the 2JZ Jeep's name was formerly Carol. She's about warmed up. Josh is gonna take his Ford out, go spin it around the block, because you know it's not good to let your vehicle just sit. And I'm gonna do the same with this. Probably both gonna go get some gas and then just take a little cruise. Pretty good news. Want to stay kind of quiet about it because I don't really know what's happening yet, but I was in contact with someone local who's pretty reputable with 2JZs. Big name around the area. If you got a 2JZ, he probably tuned your shit. Thankfully, he was kind enough to offer his dyno services in a later date. So I got hope. I'm gonna get this thing tuned up and running right, so we're no longer hitting boost cut. And I can just balls to the wall, bounce this thing off rev limiter and really let it perform. You guys really seem to like that last video with the snow 2JZ driving, and personally I really loved making that video because it was a blast to finally rip this thing in four-wheel drive through the snow. I'm gonna say I was just very impressed, especially with these the ball crawler setup with these wheels. Tires are still brand new and they're mud terrain, so I guess you know that makes all the difference. But it's funny to see everyone call me out for not driving this thing how it should be in the snow or the mud. They actually performed very well, and this Jeep did very well considering it's a low torque engine. High horsepower though, so a lot of wheel spin. She ate and she performed well. I'm really excited what next year is going to bring. Started taking off these flares here. Finally made some discoveries. This side's not that bad. This side's not too bad either. No rust at least. I figured I'd cut along this line. It should be good. She's not the prettiest at the moment. Kind of hurts to see her like this, but with a little love, a little patience, and a little money, we can fix this for sure. Obviously, these holes have to get filled in, or I could cut above it, but I think they're going to get filled in, because I got to do that anyway on this side. What I got in this box is actually something I've been wanting to get for a while. As you can tell here, I got a little bit of battery acid that's seeped out of this thing from knocking over a few times. There's no tie down. It's just sitting in here. I had a cinder block keeping this thing kind of sturdy, but yeah, got to get this in here before it gets any worse. It's a standard basic battery tie down kit on Amazon. Not sure the brand, but they don't sponsor me, so yeah, it's pretty high quality though. Battery sits in there. I think you just zip it down or something. I don't even know. I'll figure it out. All right, it looks like a complete disaster back here, but I'm making progress. Got the amp just about disconnected here. It's got one little cord. Obviously, I got to clean all this up. It's all basically battery acid. But yeah, no more amp. Disconnected it. Didn't work anyway. I just got to get a new radio. So it's the next day, and I'm going to start cleaning this out a little bit. Start pulling these wires out too, because it's an absolute nightmare under here. I got to clean up all these wires, take anything that's useless out, pull all this out through and, you know, see what I can eliminate. I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit. I think for now, instead of replacing all the carpet, I'm going to clean it up as best as I can and get one of those Rugged Ridge or Quadratech. They sell a replacement. They sell a mat. You can just throw down there. It'll look a lot better too. I also got to take a wire wheel to this, clean up all that oxidation, probably throw some spray paint over that or something. Got the back vacuumed out. I was able to get pretty much all of that battery acid out too, which I was actually kind of surprised because there was a lot in there. So I took this brush that's pretty coarse and I just scrubbed the carpet until all the acid chunks came up. I took my shop vac and just vacuumed up everything, and it looks pretty good. It's not perfect. Like I said, I'm gonna get one of those rear trunk mats from Quadratech or something, and that'll hide a lot of these stains and whatnot. This thing, I think it's a spare tire carrier holder. That's what I'm actually going to put my battery box on. So I got to figure out a way to mount it here up against the interior. I might take this off. I don't know what's behind there. So I started taking this side off too, and I noticed that this wire is kind of funky, and I'll show you what's going on here. So I got my seat up right here, and you can see this wire that comes from the front. And again, I didn't do this. This was the previous owner. Looks like there's some electrical tape here, and this was wired to my amp, which is no longer there. But then this is where the fun stuff happens. I don't know why they split the power here, which goes all the way back here, wires that go directly into there. Now, like I said, I took this panel off, and the wire runs over here and up through the pillar. And I didn't take this apart, but I'm pretty sure it goes right there. There's not really much else place it would go. I'm wondering why they did that. Obviously, you know, that's a hack job. Now I got to figure out where this wire goes to up front. And it seems like it's just hidden behind all this interior. So I got to take all that apart. That'll be another day, but I won't bore you guys with that. But yeah, you gotta love finding little things like that the previous owner did. Just do things the right way, and you don't have to chase problems down the road. I don't know. As you can tell, this wiring is gonna be a nightmare for me. I don't even know where half this shit goes, to be honest with you. We got wires here that are they're just fucking hanging out. I mean, that's an aux cord, but like, you know, shit like this. There's a wire here, there's a wire here. All these wires don't do anything, and they're just chilling here. All those wires are stuffed into this nice plastic wire cover here. That runs along the driver's side as well, up behind there, and that's where it becomes more of a nightmare. At least we're getting somewhere. I got that cleaned up. Next video, I'm gonna have that battery box mounted, have the battery back in, so I can at least start this and drive it every once in a while. I'm gonna end it there, guys. Don't want to bore you with all this cleaning stuff. Trying to keep these videos relatively interesting over the winter. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys on the next one.